welcome to Nights at the Round Table, brought to you by CGHS Sota and provided by Music Technology here at Sota. And today I'm with our guest here, Mr. Jackson. He
Hello.
is the band teacher here at Central Gwinnett High School, and he's absolutely amazing. He's very prestigious. His band program, absolutely amazing. Marching band, they've been killing it recently. Recently named, top 25?
Top 25 bands, top bands in the Metro Atlanta area.
That's amazing. With considering how many bands are in the Metro Atlanta area, that's absolutely amazing. And we actually wanted to start off right into it with what got you into music? Because, you know, someone that's so really, like, your arranges are amazing, like, literally. Seeing recordings of your bands, whether it's concert band, beginning, intermediate, advanced, or marching band, it's always something about the way you arrange your music that always brings it to life. Mm-hmm. But what got you into that?
What got me into music? That's a hard question because I've been in band since I was in third grade. That's what got me into music. And actually, my behavior in elementary school, I was not a good student, if you would say. But my behavior was at a level that they needed to calm me down, so they put me in band class.
Oh.
And so that's when I started band.
So band is remediation.
Yeah, and it worked. It paid off, literally. But that's how I got started in music, was in band in third grade. And then, just kept, sticking with it in school, in middle school, high school, and in college.
Actually, that's really amazing to hear. I never would have thought band being used as remediation, but actually, that's a great way to get people to music. That's would have never thought about that. Yeah. But you mentioned marching band. What brought you into marching band? Because you can always join, play instrument here, play instrument there. Mm-hmm. But what brought you to the marching band world, and how much did that impact your life?
So I think when I was in elementary school, for a brief time, I moved to Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And my family members all graduated from Southern University, which is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And so I've seen band,
by the way.
Yeah, great band. And I've seen them perform, and that band performed ever since I was a child. Didn't really think much of it in that moment because I didn't know what marching band was. I just knew that I liked it. And then in high school, that's when I got into marching band, and then that kind of just took off because my band director was really, really good, Dr. McKinley. He was a great mentor to me, and so that's pretty much how I got into marching band. I was a drum major at South Gwinnett.
Ooh.
Yeah. Go Comets.
Drum major over here.
But yeah, I was a drum major at South Gwinnett, and, just being in the marching band just kind of sparked my interest more. And then, continuing in college, marching and things like that.
That's amazing to hear. Actually, now that you mentioned South Gwinnett, what brought you here to teach at Central instead of South Gwinnett? Since you graduated from there, you already know how things work, but what brought you here?
Yeah, so when I graduated from college, I was teaching middle school band and choir. And
rough.
That's a whole nother episode. But that was 2017. Well, I graduated college 2016, but 2017 I got a call from South Gwinnett about an opening. Ooh. And I pretty much denied it because I liked my job in Ohio. I liked teaching my middle school kids. I liked teaching choir and band, and it was good. It was just fine with me. And then 2018, some things happened. Life was happening. And so I was like, I'm ready to move back to Atlanta. And I came to Georgia for a middle school interview down in Savannah. It was Liberty County Middle School.
Liberty County.
Mm-hmm, down near Savannah. And so I came a day early to Georgia, or to Snellville, where my parents live. And I wanted to see my family. I wanted to see my old principals because at that point, it had been maybe like 6 or 7 years since I've been back in Georgia.
Dang.
From being in Ohio. So I was like, I want to see people. And I had got a text from my principal that was like, Central Gwinnett is looking for a band director.
Really?
And I'm like, where's Central? Like, I didn't, even in high school, I never knew about Central. because at South, it was pretty much like Grayson, Brookwood, Shiloh. That was pretty much the schools that I really knew about in the county. So, yeah, got a hold to Eddie Hood, who was the old athletic director here at the time. And he was like, send me your resume, send me your stuff. All of this is happening within like an hour.
What?
Because my interview was that next day.
No way.
So this is all happening like in that night. And so I sent him my resume, sent him everything over. He was like, can you come for an interview? I'm telling him like, look, I got to be down in Savannah at like 3. Mm-hmm. So it has to be like super early in the morning. He was like, how early? I'm like, 6:15.
Damn.
So came to Central, had the interview. It was, I don't think I can tell you who was in my interview. Can I? It was Mr. Orr.
Yeah.
Miss White, Miss Lisa White. I think Megan Rose was in my interview. And it was a few other admin that are not here anymore.
Uh-huh.
Had the interview, great interview. Didn't think anything of it. Like, really? I really felt like I was only doing a favor for my principal because she had mentioned it to me.
Yeah.
And so left. On my way down to Savannah, about halfway through, Mr. Orr gives me a call, and he's like, we want to offer you the job.
No way.
And I took it right on the spot. Still went to Savannah, still had the interview there, but I felt like things just kind of happened in line. And I wasn't really expecting it, and so that's why I knew Central was where I needed to be.
Actually, that's awesome to hear. That's crazy. If you didn't come in a day early,
you'd
be...
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You would not be here. Mm-hmm. I say then that's just fate. Things happen for a reason, if you ask me. But going into that, then what's something that people would be surprised to know about you? Because, people like, they look at you... They might think you're bougie. They might think, oh, I'm high and mighty.
I'm bougie. I am bougie, though.
No.
What is some people... What's the question?
Like, if you had to tell everybody something, everyone's going to be like, wow, I didn't know that about you. What would it be?
I don't know. I'm kind of an open book. I'm kind of who I am here. I mean... I travel. I mean, I've been to... How many countries have I been to?
Countries? We got a traveling man over here. Okay.
Yeah, you got to travel. I don't know. Been to Egypt, been to Indonesia, been to Italy, been to France.
95% of the people in the world can't say they've ever even left their own country. So I think that's pretty much a wild thing. You lost me at Egypt. Dang.
Yeah, Egypt was... I'm ready to go back, actually. Egypt was...
Okay, so it looks like we will not be seeing him much longer. Go teaching March, you've been in Egypt. Okay.
That's possible, actually.
Whoa, okay.
I mean, I won't...
Here.
I'm not leaving, but it is possible.
But considering that you've been with music all your life, is that what brought you into music education? Like, you can love music, but what made you want to teach it?
That's a good question. In middle school, first of all, my middle school band director, I had 2 band directors. I didn't go to middle school in Gwinnett. I only went to high school in Gwinnett. I grew up in Dunwoody. I went to Kingsley Charter Middle School, elementary school, and then I went to Peachtree Charter Middle School. And I had 2 band directors there, Mr. Shores and Mr. Hickman. Mm-hmm. Probably the best, outside of Dr. McKinley, the best directors that I've had. Like, just good teachers. They loved the students. And it made me fall in love with band, honestly. It was the best thing ever. My 7th grade year, or after my 7th grade year, I asked my band director, I'm like, hey, can I warm up the band? Just randomly.
Seriously?
I'm like, let me warm up the band. He was like, okay. So my 7th grade year, I would sit on the podium. At this point, I switched from trumpet to French horn. So I would sit on the podium and warm up the band while I warmed up myself. And that's what I did. That was just my duty. And then my 8th grade year, my directors had invited me to teach the 6th grade class a song. And on our spring concert, I got to conduct the 6th grade band.
In 8th grade?
In 8th grade.
That's awesome.
Just imagine a full gym, parents, everybody there, and I'm doing like what a band director would do. Like, I'm waiting, getting on the podium, putting their horns up. And that's when I knew, like, yeah, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. In 8th grade, I knew I wanted to be a band director, and really the stars just aligned ever since then to be where I am.
Oh, following from your love from teaching, I know all teachers are different, especially teaching music, because everyone sees music in a different way, their own personal way. What's a main thing that you would want students or young musicians would want to take away from your teachings?
To continue playing. I think a lot of times we view music as this stationary thing, especially in middle school or high school, that I'm learning this for this time, but it's actually forever. You can, the skills that I try to teach the students is that you can take this way of practicing or this way of playing and continue in whatever direction you want to go in because you have those fundamentals. So the main thing I want students to know is like just continue playing, whether it's your instrument, whether it's a different instrument. You know how to start an instrument because you started one instrument. Mm-hmm. So starting a second instrument is not going to be hard. It's just practicing and building the fundamentals and building that foundation so that you can continue playing your instrument forever.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. That's definitely true. Because I started off at trumpet my 3rd grade, switched to euphonium. No, I switched to trombone my 5th grade, and then they gave me a euphonium in 7th grade because I didn't have the mouthpiece for a trombone.
Damn, that's real.
And then never stopped playing it since. And now I'm self-teaching drums, trying to teach myself bass. It's pretty hard. But, it's definitely something I have taken away from you because once I got here, 8th grade, once COVID hit, I didn't really care about playing an instrument. Mm-hmm. But freshman year, when I was able to play UFO with the class, especially where I was the only euphonium in my beginning class, and then having Dakota, which is my old section leader, old person that graduated here from Central, really showed me what's it like to really not just play your instrument, but like to make it really like musical, like to feel the music.
Exactly.
And definitely did play a big part of why I keep on playing music today. But that goes into, what instruments do you play?
Ooh. What instruments don't I play? No. And for as far as band, I play pretty much everything except the clarinet. I know there's going to be some people watching this that play the clarinet that are going to talk about me. But I don't play the clarinet because the clarinet doesn't like me. So I play... Right. I play flute. Let me start with my primary. My primary is French horn. I started on trumpet, switched to French horn in 7th grade. Flute always was an interest to me because I've always been fascinated about the dexterity that woodwind players have. So I'm like, that's pretty fire, and I always wanted to be like that. So I'm an honorary flute member in that regard. And then brass, once you pretty much got one, you can
it's easy to
move.
switch
Yeah,
around.
you can move around to the other. So brass instruments, percussion, actually was, I don't want to say bad at percussion, but I had a drum set when I was in elementary school, maybe like 3rd or 4th grade. Mm-hmm. And my dad threw it away because it was too much noise. And so
that hurts.
They bought it for me and then threw it away.
Oh.
And so...
Not even sell it.
Yeah, they just got rid of it. Christmas present. And then the next... I don't even think it made it to the summer after that Christmas because I used to just put it together myself.
Oh.
And then just...
I'm sending prayers out to that drum kit and any drum player that just heard. I heard that. I hurt me a little bit.
And so, yeah, percussion. And then I had some students in Ohio that really taught me how to chop and how to, really learn my rudiments. And so that's when I started really getting into percussion. So percussion, I'm good at that a little bit.
Yeah.
Piano, I self-taught myself in 6th grade. And so just pretty much progressing along with piano. And, yeah, so I can kind of move around. String instruments, yeah, we're going to leave that alone.
They got it. Violins, cellos.
Yeah, strings is, yeah.
That's a different story for a different day.
Yeah.
But so for any type of musician that's watching this, we would like to know, what's your music and music writing process like? Like, what does it look like for you?
Now, what type of music writing? You talking about band arranging or
Probably
just...
band arranging, because I know people that wish to arrange band music but don't really know where to start and know how to like fit in the parts with everything to make it really come to life.
So there's two parts to arranging. There's the actual theoretical part, like you have to know the music theory, like the key signatures, the rhythms, the chords. You know, those things are just, you got to know those things. Because that's fundamentally what music is. Then there's the second part of the creativity, where you have to use your experience to make that piece or that song come alive. You have to know what the artist is trying to say, like what the vibe is with the song, and then use your creative outlets to kind of, make that song what it is. My goal is to make the song sound exactly like the song. So if I'm arranging a Whitney Houston piece or a Bruno Mars piece or something like that, I want it to sound exactly
like the song. Get people to start singing. If you want it, girl, come and get it. Sorry, I love that song.
Vocalist.
Oh, I wish.
Singing is okay. Singing is hard. I think that is, the voice is the first instrument. I think people who know how to sing very well, that's a lot of skill.
Yeah. Did chorus 1 year. Never doing it again. It's not, no, it's not for me. Nope.
I was actually in elementary honor chorus in the cab when I was in 5th grade, so.
Oh, sounds fun. But, okay, we're going to start running out of time. So let me ask you, what are your top 3 favorite instruments, considering you play so many? Like, of course, your main instrument might be, like, up there, but, like...
Do I have to play it, even if it's not my top?
No.
Okay. Top 3?
Yeah. There's a lot of instruments out there to choose.
Okay, even though I don't play this instrument, I do like the sound of this instrument. The clarinet. I do like the clarinet. The French horn, and I'm gonna have to give it to the trombone.
Trombone?
Yeah.
Really?
The clarinet, French horn, and trombone.
Considering how much I be hearing you get on the trombone, this marching band. Let me hear that chord one more time.
It's the chords. That's probably what it is.
Okay. They sound good when the chord's right, but...
Right.
And going into our last question, what's your proudest, like, musical moment that you've had through your music career? Because you've been doing music so long. It's like a moment that really sticks to you. Like,
so many. So many. And it's so many in different stages of my life, like the story I just gave in middle school, like I remember that to this day. Like I also remember how I felt in that moment. It was very, I can't really describe it. Another moment is when I taught middle school band and chorus, was when we had a Christmas special on the news for chorus.
The news?
Yeah, I wanted to be a band director, and now my choir is on the news in Dayton doing a Christmas special singing live. Crazy. They came to the school, recorded everything. It was so surreal. So that's another moment. And here, oh my gosh, I think it's going to Ohio. I think bringing the belt back home and, winning that championship.
That was really, really, really fun. So, as we were starting to run out of time, it's been amazing having you here, Jackson. It's great to learn more about you, learn more about your life, and I think we'll see you on the next episode of Nights at a Roundtable.
Absolutely.